afternoon, good evening, whatever the case may be. Welcome to Cross Examinations. I am your host, Mike S. Miller. You are on Blacklist Universe. Please like, share, and subscribe. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Today on Cross Examinations, what did I call this? I called this Aftermath and Mexican Persecution, although I didn't capitalize the P. My bad. So Aftermath having to do with all of the interesting videos from yesterday all day long. This ridiculous stuff we had to go through. And Mexican Persecution, well, I will let you know what that is momentarily. Again, please do like, please do share. I am sharing this out via the Twitters right now, using it as a marketing platform, nothing more. And here we go. Boy. Okay, so nobody's live right now, but that's okay. Boy, I had the hardest time focusing today. I had the hardest time focusing and getting a bag of stuff in the hallway. Squirrel. Just getting through all this stuff, getting this stuff out of my mind so that I can focus on the Lord, and it just like keeps. And boy, how incredibly irritating. How incredibly irritating. I do have actually a lot of stuff on my mind, but that's okay. Let's see who might be watching on Facebook. Aftermath and Scott Shuford. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Oh, I gotta mute that. Mute. I know I never go to Facebook. There's nobody watching on YouTube. Did I burn all my notifications, or does YouTube just not like me mentioning Christian or Mexican persecution or something? What's up, Oni? What's up, Jason Robinson? How you guys doing today? Watching on the YouTubes. That was the first time I had more people watching on YouTube than I did on Facebook than on YouTube. I wonder if anybody actually watches me on Twitch. Let's go find out. Underdog Mike. I have 0 viewers on Twitch right now. I wonder if I ever have any viewers on Twitch. Total views 474. Watching now 0. Okay, so I guess I've had 474 views on Twitch, but not now. Not now. All good. What's up, Jason? Jason Robinson. Still waiting on my YouTube notifications for this stream. Great. Well, why don't you jump over to YouTube, Jason, and then hit the share button and get it out there to the grand old world. I just thought I would check because it's almost 3 p.m. here. Yeah, weird. Why are my notifications being completely throttled? I've done one video today, which was, I uploaded a video on how to draw. It was how to draw, edit. So I really don't have any idea why I'm being throttled this way. Anyways, people do watch this on replay, so I don't need to belabor that point. Why don't we just get into... Okay, Aftermath. Oh my goodness, those 3 videos I did yesterday on the whole EVS Doug thing. One of the 2 reached out to me via DM and said that they didn't necessarily agree, but that they would consider my perspective, which is, that's what grown-ups do, right? You're like, well, why is it that person can't agree with me on something? What is it that is keeping it? And sometimes it's not as simple as 2 + 2 = 4, right? It is about feelings. It is about emotions, whatever. It's about, sometimes it's about irrational stuff, which I don't say that in a derogatory sense. I just mean that people aren't computers. And sometimes you have to deal with somebody who's hurt rather than dealing with them like they're a machine and you're trying to force them to understand that 2 + 2 = 4. You know what I'm saying? Dee says, you did your best to make the best of a bad situation. I agree. Marsupial Gamer says, facts don't care about your feelings, but Mike does. Well, the facts don't care about your feelings, but the fact is that people do care about their feelings. They're, people, rational or not, if someone feels like they've been betrayed and the other person doesn't feel or doesn't understand how they've betrayed the other person, then it comes to a point where you have to get beyond the facts and get to the understanding and focus on the relationship and how whatever was done, whatever was said, damaged the relationship. And don't worry about the facts if you're trying to salvage a relationship. Worry about... it's not a debate. It shouldn't... If you're trying to heal a relationship, it's not a debate. It's not a debate. It's give and take. You might not be wrong, but another person can still feel wronged. And you've got to find a way through that mire and find a place where you can empathize. That's the word I'm looking for. Find a place where you can empathize and find a place where you can forgive or offer forgiveness. That's what grown-ups do. Right? If you you can be right. And I'm as guilty of this as anybody. I always want to be right. Right? Who wants to be wrong? Whoever wants to be wrong? But you can stand on your on a pile of dead friendships and plant your I'm always right flag. Or you can have relationships with people. Yeah. Tell you what, that I'm always right flag, you can plant that right in a bunch of divorces too. So it's pride, isn't it? It's pride. Pride is a sin. Woo! Anyways, that's the aftermath. It's incredible, the range. I mean, it's funny because I sit there and I say something and you've got thousands of people watching. And you get a bunch of different reactions. It's not math. It's not math. It's not even necessarily truth. It's so much about perspective. Because I got a lot of people saying, you know, I was right, or Doug was right, or Ethan was right. And then a lot of people saying I was wrong, or Doug was wrong, or Ethan was wrong. Perspective. It's interesting. Marsupial Gamer says, if you want to stay married, she's always right. Michael Pernesti, oh, congratulations. You haven't been wrong since March of 1992. The tongue really is a sword. It is, and it does divide. Hey, let me say hi to those who are here now. What's up, Oni64? Thank you for being the first one here for the first couple minutes. It was just you and me, buddy. Dee Marsupial Gamer, Nikki Harris, Michael Pronesti, no notification, YouTube, Mike Miller, Conspiracy Against Canada, confirmed. Daniel C, Jiminy Cricket, I miss anybody? Pete Mack, what's up, everybody? Okay, as far as comments from yesterday's show, the only comment from Myth Busted, Cross-Examinations Live, I don't even know what that number it is, like number 225 or 230 or something like that. We are getting up there on the numbers. Congrats on actually increasing your comics sold from Lone Star 1 to 2. Indicates a very good comic. Well, it also indicates that I had 8 covers. So, I appreciate that, but we'll see how it all washes out in the end. I do have more backers. And that's the important part. I do have more backers. No notification as usual. Well, everybody, please hit that like and hit that share button. And if you are new, hit that subscribe button. Just saying your name because you said mine. See, yeah, nobody got notifications, ladies and germs, so it is up to you. Actually, let me share it out again and mention Twitter. No notifications going out again. Please share. Tweet. Did I spell persecution wrong? Persecution. I think that's right. Oh. The government bug people are here. People should just go back to using RSS feeds. Rant problem of tech companies solved. You know what? They should have just stopped with the throttling of... Well, okay, technically it's 4 covers, but I also, on those covers, I also offer black and white virgin variants. So, cushion. Correct spelling. Yeah, I don't know why it got redlined on Twitter. That's weird. Maybe because I didn't capitalize it? I don't know. Let's see. 13 minutes in. Oh, Aaron finally shows up. Thanks, Aaron, for being here on time. Alright. What else is going on? I am going to be starting... Oh, gosh. I don't know if I want to announce this. I'm not going to say who it is. I'm going to be doing a little show on another channel. I will let you guys know when I can announce it. Should be fun. Just a quick little, it's probably going to be This Week in Comics and an indie spotlight. Just to try to spread the love, get some more people to this channel and whatnot. Yeah, Dragon says, how many Christians does it take to change a light bulb? None, because I am the light. If you don't tell us the channel, how can we watch it? I will announce the channel when we make an official announcement. But Yeah, it should be fun. It'll be, I pretty much almost exclusively do live streams on my show, on my channel, right? So this will actually be a produced show. So, I don't know, maybe I was thinking about doing a different background, something just to block me all off so it doesn't just look like this cacophonous mess all the time. I know cacophony is sounds, but whatever. Edwin does awesome in promoting books. He does. And so does Indicron. And what is up with the Hawaiian shirt? Somebody asked. All of my light t-shirts are dirty, I guess. And it's hot. So I didn't want to. I love Hawaiian shirts. I used to wear Hawaiian shirts all the time. I don't know why. I think probably because my wife is not a huge fan. But happy wife, happy life. But yeah, all my light t-shirts are dirty, and so I don't want to wear those thick winter t-shirts, And so easy breezy, beautiful Aloha shirt. And it was a little musty, so I had to go and spray a little Febreze on it. I have several. I might do this for a while. I'm just gonna wear some Hawaiian shirts. I gotta put them all in the dryer and get the must out. Happy knife, happy life too. I don't know where my knife is. I usually always carry a knife on me. This is just going all over the place right now. Maybe I should focus. How may one text you? Well, half the time I don't even have my phone because one of my kids has taken it or my wife has taken it because she forgot to charge her phone, which is the case right now. So the best way to get a hold of me is you can message me here on YouTube. You can @ me on Twitter. I do check my mentions still. Or you can message me on Facebook by Guess Miller Art. I do check those as well. All right, let's see. I'm just going to jump into the topic today, which is Mexican persecution. And then if we have time, we will have time after, we can go into other stuff. What is this Mexican persecution you're talking about? Only the Canadians are persecuted. This is not correct. From ChristianHeadlines.com, Christian family takes refuge in mountains after expulsion from their home in Mexico. Brought to you by Golly, world's first apple cider vinegar gummy. I actually bought some of these. These are really good. I mean, you're only supposed to eat one a day, but you can eat up to 12. And I'm like, I really like them. And I'd probably just snack on these things all day if it wasn't $20 a bottle. But to get the benefits of apple cider vinegar in a tasty little gummy treat, highly recommend. Golly. When can please repeat Facebook page or Twitter? Oh, my Twitter is at Abacus Mike, and my Facebook is facebook.com/S Miller Art. There you go, Sherry. Thank you for asking. I'm in jail for posting movie trailer The Hunt. That's too bad. Getting your... Okay, anyways. The Christian family takes refuge in mountains after expulsion from their home in Mexico. Brought to you by Golly. Golly? Golly. Probably Golly. Or Golly. Look at those. Look how happy they are. Christian persecution in Mexico must not be that bad, because they look like a bunch of happy campers. Miami, Morningstar News. Miguel Perez Diaz, his 8 children, and 87-year-old father have been living in a mountainside shack since May, when local officials expelled them from their village in Chiapas State, Mexico. Relatives, friends, and neighbors in Talovio, a village in the municipality of San Andres Larrainzar in southern Mexico, had been harassing them for leaving indigenous religions practices for Christianity, sources said. The first action they took against them was to cut their potable water service. Pastor Mario Choge, these names, told Morning Star News. Then they made them leave the humble home they owned, leaving the traditionalist blend of Roman Catholic and indigenous rituals and beliefs. The Perez family put their faith in Christ 4 years ago and began a small fellowship in their home, said Pastor Choge, who leads an Assemblies of God church called Jesus es el Camino. The family loaded the few belongings their neighbors allowed them to take and headed up to the mountains to a village called Mitontic, where they survived by collecting the morning dew from a nylon sheet and rainwater that falls from the metal roof of the shanty they built, the pastor said. They store the water in empty soda bottles and other containers. Despite taking refuge far from their home, they are obligated to pay Tajlovio's official 500 pesos, $26, each month to keep authorities from taking possession of their house and remaining belongings, sources said. Brought to you by Goli apple cider vinegar gummies. Pastor Choge said Perez told his family, the family is ready to suffer for Christ. To follow Christ is beautiful, Perez said, according to the pastor. Sorry. It doesn't matter if we have to live in suffering, persecution, and contempt from our village. Everyone in the family says that to live close to God is a blessing, and we delight in the salvation found only in Jesus Christ. Their case is one of thousands in which indigenous Mexican families have been driven from their homes and lost all their belongings only because they have accepted that Jesus is the only hope that we Mexicans have to be free of sin and eternal punishment, Pastor Choge said. Or is it just Cho? It's Cho, huh? The J is a H. The traditionalist religious mix practiced by the area's predominantly ethnic Tzotzil, who are of Mayan origin, includes drunken festivals honoring pagan idols that evangelical Christians eschew. In a misuse of Mexico's uses and customs law designed to protect indigenous culture, local caciques, local political bosses, cite local regulations requiring villagers to contribute fees toward and participate in the festivals. Christian attorneys note that this misuse of Mexico's uses and customs laws violates the guarantee of religious freedom in Article 24 of Mexico's Constitution. Similar cases of persecution have happened in Oaxaca, Durango, and other states outside of Chiapas. In July, residents of Hueutla, Hidalgo State, cut water services to 2 Christian families for refusing to participate in Catholic festivals of the community, according to the online outlet Animal Political. Brought to you by Goli, world's finest apple cider vinegar gummies. Denying any religious motive, officials with the Ministry of Interior blamed the 2 evangelical families, quote, because they did not fulfill their duties, unquote, to villagers and did not, quote, participate in their uses and customs, the news site reported. Oh man, all this talking limits my oxygen intake. I need more caffeine or more oxygen. In Chiapas, Perez and his family, including wife Guadalupe Hernandez and father Miguel Perez Nunez, came to faith in Christ after reading an evangelistic pamphlet printed and distributed by Cruzada Mexican, a ministry also known as Every Home for Christ, Mexico. Pastor Cho said, volunteers leave some pamphlets, New Testament and other Christian literature, some of them translated into indigenous languages at area Protestant churches. The Perez family previously lived happy and faithful, but they did not know what trials were coming to their peaceful life. Pastor Cho said, but they pray that more Christians would spread the word of God, as many still need to know the love that is available only from Jesus Christ. They also pray for all the families expelled from their own houses and lands. Mexico ranks 39th on Christian support organization Open Doors 2019 World Watch list of the 50 countries where Christians experience the most persecution. Brought to you by Goli Apple Cider Vinegar Gummies. I should become like not an advertiser, but a affiliate for them, and then just put a link on my thing. Everybody, honestly, these things are great. Yeah. So wow. So there's the indigenous religion is some mixture of Catholicism and whatever prior indigenous religion, and they are persecuting people for believing in Christ. Great. I didn't know the Middle Ages were back. Apparently they are in Mexico. Latest from Christian persecution website, over 1,000 Christian girls are kidnapped and raped every year in Pakistan. Ugh. That hurts. Didn't they remove all of those crosses from the steeples too at Pete Mac? Oh, yeah. Crap, you missed the first 26 minutes. Indeed, Jay Hamilton. Indeed you did. Apologies. Notifications are not going out. Let's scroll up and see what you guys are saying. Golly, buddy, no, that one will get reference. Mike may get it. Golly, buddy. Go, buddy. No, I don't get it. We can't just keep persecuting the French. I thought it was about Genghis Khan. What are you thinking I meant? What? Apple cider vinegar gummy. Yeah. Crazy, right? Crazy. Delicious. Delicious little snacks. But good for you. Hiya Dark. In China, the words God and Bible have been banned in all textbooks. Really? Everyone just saying hi to each other for coming in late. 41 people here now, which is not bad considering there's no notifications. No alerts. Sorry, Dennis. You didn't miss much. Sadly, in central and southern Mexico, religious conflicts are still a thing. Yeah, let's enforce religious freedom everywhere. Unless your religion wants to take over the state and replace it with Sharia law. Israel would do the same thing too, Mike, if he tried preaching Christianity there. I don't get what the big deal is. All right, you know what? I've heard this before. Let me go look it up. All right, Christian persecution in hostile Israel. And you guys know I'm a huge supporter of Israel. So we'll see. This is way too big. Let me shrink this up. All right. Christian persecution in hostile Israel, highlighted by evangelical groups. Some may disagree and even take offense, says Nonprofit Voice of the Martyrs. The Voice of the Martyrs, a Christian nonprofit that highlights the persecution of Christians worldwide, has drawn its attention this month to the hostilities faced by Christians in the Holy Land, and acknowledges that some might find its position of highlighting Israel as a hostile nation disagreeable and offensive. "There's no persecution in the Holy Land unless you share your faith," reads the quote on the cover of the Voice of the Martyrs February 2014 newsletter. The quote is attributed to Stephen Curry, an Arab Israeli Christian who pastors churches in Jerusalem and Bethlehem. Pastor Curry has spoken in the media of witnessing church members being attacked because of the faith and of losing an uncle who was martyred. The Voice of the Martyrs, founded in 1967 by a Jewish couple, lists Israel on its restricted nations map as a hostile nation. The Oklahoma-based nonprofit writes of the February issue's cover story in the Facebook post. "Christian bookstores are filled with publications on Israel, on topics ranging from the nation's rich history to biblical prophecy and end times. Discussions of Israel reveal varying opinions and even controversies. But rarely will you read or hear a discussion about Israel being hostile toward followers of Christ who live there. That statement may itself evoke strong opinions." Well, many Christians in Israel today live free of persecution, but those who share their faith and witness on the front lines of the nation's spiritual battleground face an altogether different experience. Rami Ayad, manager of a Bible Society bookstore in the Gaza Strip, was kidnapped and killed because of his witness for Christ. While most persecution against Christians in the Holy Land is at the hands of radical Muslims, believers are also persecuted by anti-missionary Jewish activists. The activists sometimes spray graffiti on Christian churches in what are called price tag attacks, exacting a price on anything that seems to threaten Jewish sovereignty. A few months ago, they painted "Jesus is a monkey" on a church that is a major pilgrimage site for Christians, while noting that Israel is at the heart of our Christian faith and suggesting that the country has a significant role in future events. The Voice of the Martyrs reminded supporters that as followers of Christ today, we are still called to be his witnesses by evangelizing, even amid threats of torture, imprisonment, and death. Voice of Martyrs calling also remains unchanged, serving those who suffer because of their witness for Christ, be it in Colombia, Iran, Nepal, or even Israel, the nonprofit states. More than 120,000 Christians live in Israel, including about 17,000 Messianic Jewish believers. That's what my wife and my father-in-law. I guess my children, too. There are an estimated 8,000 Palestinian Arab evangelical believers, with 1,400 of those in the West Bank and 300 in Gaza, according to the Persecution Watchdog organization. Excerpts from the Voice of Martyrs February 14th newsletter shared online include story of Messianic Jew Omi Ortez, who was seriously wounded as a teen in 2008 when he opened a bomb disguised as a gift left at his home by U.S.-born Yaakov Jack Teitel. Teitel, dubbed a Jewish terrorist throughout the case, was sentenced in 2013 to 2 life terms in prison, plus 30 years for the bomb attack and the murder and attempted murder of others in Israel. Teitel confessed to wanting to kill the teen's father, Pastor David Ortiz, because of his position in the Messianic Jewish community. Pastor Ortiz, despite the attack, called for Christians to stand in support of Israel, as Teitel was not representative of all Israelis. Okay, significant difference here, Giuseppe, is that in Mexico, it is the authorities, right? You're never going to live anywhere where there aren't anti-Christian people. There are anti-Christian people right here in America, believe it or not. So obviously there are anti-Christian people also in Israel. The difference, it's not the authorities doing it. right? In fact, the authorities put the guy who attacked one of these guys in jail for 2 lifetimes. 2 lifetime sentence. So, yeah, I mean, it's like saying you're never going to get rid of anti-Christian bigotry. You're never going to get rid of racism. You're never going to get rid of sin and evil in the world. But saying Israel would do the same thing it's just wrong. It's wrong. Hopefully you understand better now the difference between gosh darn it, what is it called? There's a word. Institutionalized racism and just racism, and institutionalized anti-Christian bigotry and just some random anti-Christian bigotry. YouTube notification go out when you click on a new thing. They are not live. At least they're not seizing churches yet. No notification either. I was listening to Antonio interview Pixel Trader. Oh, cool. Is everything a gummy now? I'm okay with that. I know, right? Where I am from, Kusamedi says, they just blow up the churches sometimes while we are still in them. Oof. Kusamedi, where are you from? Is your gallbladder still giving you trouble, Blacklist Universe? Giving me trouble? It doesn't usually give me trouble. It's just like once in a blue moon, if I eat too much or something, I'll feel a little pressure there. So it is a little hard to say. I do want to do that cleanse again. I mean, I do and I don't. I didn't entirely do it. I didn't entirely do it according to their strictures. And because of that, it was very difficult for me to see into the water to see what was in there. And I wasn't going to stick my hand in there. So it's hard to say how successful it was. The spirit must have compelled me to come here. Good, Jay. Good, Jay. Marsupia Gamer says, I was just dumb luck for me. I was watching your 3-part video series from yesterday and I just noticed you were live. Yeah, people are still watching that 3-part video series. And I'm willing to, if it relates to relationship and fellowship and forgiveness and all that stuff, we can talk about that part of that if you guys are interested. We do have 22 minutes left. Brett is late. Yes, you are. There's a bell next to the subscribe button. If you hit that, you will get notifications from my channel. Except people aren't getting the notifications. 2 straight days and no notifications. Yeah, it was really weird. Yesterday, some people were getting the notification for my 4th stream, but not the earlier streams. I don't know. I'm very confused. Aaron says graffiti equals persecution. I know. Different levels of persecution, I think. No, that's just vandalization. But you are going after somebody for their belief, so I don't know. And then, I don't know. Marsupial says, so Mike, obviously kidnapping and killing is terrible and defacing churches is unacceptable, but if a country wants to be specifically a Jewish country, they should be able to outlaw evangelizing. But Israel doesn't. Israel wants to be a home to the Jews, but they don't outlaw other religions. They allow Muslims and Christians and I would assume pagans and atheists to live there. They do have religious freedom. They just want Israel to be a safe haven and a home for the Jews. That's not the same thing. You've got the bell checked. YouTube just sucks at notifications. Yep. Everyone should just become a dragonist. Completely uncontroversial. I don't know. I take controversy with that. There is anti-Christian people on the Vatican, says Saniko. Yeah. I wouldn't. Well, I mean, I don't know anybody at the Vatican personally, but yeah, the Pope himself said that it is dangerous for people to have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. But maybe we won't go there. Giuseppe asks, Mike, what is a Messianic Jew? Are they Christians, Jews, or neither? Sorry for not knowing the difference, but I'd rather ask you than trust random online Google search. A Messianic Jew is someone of Jewish lineage who has accepted Christ as the Messiah. They are Christians, but they're Jewish too. They're Jewish by either, well, they're Jewish by tribe, by blood. You can't convert to be a Messianic Jew. You know, if you're a Jew who converts to being a Christian, or if you're a Jew who was raised Christian, then you are a Messianic Jew, categorically. But yeah, you're still a Christian. You're a Christian. You guys ever notice that for it says in the Bible there was one particular time, I think in Antioch, when they first started calling Jews who followed Christ Christians. Before that, they were just called Jews. Christianity was just a sect of Judaism, a sect that accepted Christ as the Messiah, aka Messianic Jews. And for a while, they were called people who followed the way. The way was the first name of Christianity. And, you know, I think it derives from when Christ says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. They probably just shortened that to saying, Jesus says, he is the way. We are followers of the way. That's in the Bible, by the way. By the way. And then, yeah, I think at Antioch, if I recall, they first started calling themselves Christians, or they were first called Christians, little Christs, which is what that means, little Christ, Christian. And then from then on, yeah, it became Christianity. It became Christianity. You could still call it the way. You can still call it following a Messianic Jewish sect, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, that's what Messianic Judaism is. Gallbladder examinations. La 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 la. The 3-part series was good. Thank you, Eric Hawkins. I'm glad you don't think it was a waste of my day, since I should have been drawing. Mistletoe says, a Messianic Jew isn't anything. Wait. Scroll. If you're going to believe on Jesus, become a Christian. Get on board and become a Christian. If you're not a Christian, you're not a Christian. Mistletoe, I just explained it to you. Some people say I'm a fiction. YouTube hates you and doesn't send notifications when they should. Yeah, probably. Marsupial Gamer, I was asking you, should they be allowed to what? I missed something. Oh, I know you do this 6 times a week. Do you have a set time? I don't have a set time. I try to do it as the first thing, the first work, quote unquote. I try to do it before I start working. So whether working is working on YouTube videos or drawing or packing stuff up to ship out, whatever it is, I try to do this first. Have my coffee, sometimes I'll eat, and then before I start my workday, I'll do this. Cross-examinations, which means it usually ends up somewhere between 10 o'clock and 1 o'clock. Sometimes a little earlier, sometimes a little later. But there is a window. Israel does not allow black Jews from Africa, though. I don't think that's the case. In fact, there was just a movie, the Red Sea Diving Resort, that documented the rescue of black Jews from Ethiopia who were being slaughtered by the Mossad in the 70s or 80s. Maybe the 80s. And guess what? They were black. I don't know what they might be having some issues today. I do know that and I never researched. Maybe I should. What happened to the Asian Jew tribe? What happened to the Asian Jew tribe? All right. Well, this is funny. I'll just show the images here. I can't find an article on it, but so there's this tribe of Jews who maybe during the Palestinian, or not the Palestinian, maybe either during the Roman diaspora or maybe during the Babylonian diaspora, I'm not sure, but they went to Asia and ultimately intermingled with Asian populations, so they ended up looking like Asian Jews. And Israel didn't want to allow them back into... What is this from? They didn't want to allow them back into Israel, but I haven't... This was decades ago I heard about this story, so I don't know if they've fixed that or changed that or what. But if they did, I mean, gosh, Israel would look like... the Jewish population in Israel would look like the United Colors of Benetton. They'd have Asian, white, brown, black. Very interesting. Very interesting. Aaron says the president of Ayn Rand Institute is an atheist Jew. That's too bad. Thank you for liking my shirt, Kusmeti. Lightning Fan says, that's about the most Catholic statement ever. Oh, about the... It's dangerous to have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. Yeah. Even though Jesus was saying, I call you friends, and that you are sons and daughters of God. Which means a direct creation. In the Old Testament, that means a direct creation. So, becoming born again makes you, at least spiritually, reborn a direct creation of God. Right? But no, the Pope says. What the Pope says. Mistletoad says, depends what you mean by Jews. The term Messianic Jew is designed to retain the old law and import Judaism into Christianity. No, it wasn't. I explained this already. It's very simple. It's a Jew who accepts Yeshua as Mashiach, just like Pete Mack responded. Judaism is both a religion and a race. True. The current pope is problematic, ready to sell out his faith for one world government and religion. That's what it smells like to me. I like the last guy. Obviously, I don't agree with Catholicism, but I did like the last guy. Mistletoad unrelentingly says, a Jew who believes in Christ isn't a Messianic Jew. You're a Christian, just like anyone else. What were they before they used the word Christian, Mistletoe? Before Antioch, before the word Christian was invented, all those Jews who believed on Christ, what were they? What did they call themselves? You're getting really hung up on a label and trying to disallow those who are Jewish from naming themselves as they would choose to name it. It's none of your business. It's none of your business. You don't get to tell people how to label themselves. Jay Hamilton, I don't think this Pope is the Antichrist. Every Messianic Jew teacher I've ever heard has tried to import Judaism and law and OT-based works into salvation instead of just Jesus. Curious, what Messianic Jew teachers are you talking about? Dun, dun, dun. James Hayes says, I hope Ethan doesn't hate you, Mike. Well, he did end the stream last night with, I hope it was worth it, Mike. The truth is always worth it. The truth is always worth it. Whatever comes from it, the truth is worth it. Lightning Fan says, I happened to stop listening to Rakita's stream right when Doug joined. I haven't had a chance to check up on your videos. Was there forgiveness anywhere? I sure hope so. No. Not really. There are Ethiopian Jews in Israel. That is correct. Dennis says, my workday starts at 6 a.m. Wow. How do you stay up so late? You're crazy. You're crazy. Benedict says, it is dangerous to have a personal relationship with Christ because it gives you a new level of accountability. I don't know if that's dangerous. Dangerous to your flesh, perhaps. Mistletoe, does Israel, Jerusalem allow public Christian evangelicalism? Is it illegal to preach Jesus in Jerusalem? Let's see, YouTube. I don't want to do that. Burning, spin on the preacher. Furious Israel starting to stone. Is it forbidden to preach another religion in Israel? That's just looking for Yahoo answers. This is a blog. So, alright, I'm going to click on the blog. By Hamid Abdul Karim. Menachem Begin, 1984. No mission Christianity could ever offer a Bible to a Jew and hope they convert to Christianity. Let's see. 1977. Alright, 1977. 1977. Let's see. If Americans knew... Proselytation and counter... That's Wikipedia. I don't want to go there. Bank of Israel. On December, Christians in Israel... Illegal for missionaries to proselytize Jews. Protestant churches charged that the law had been hastily pushed through the parliament during the Christmas period when Christians were busy engaging. That's 1977. Came into force 1978. Hostility, Christians as idolaters. .48. Let me see. Trying to see if it's actually in effect still today. Percent of the population. Well, there was a law in the books in the late 70s. I don't know if it's still in effect today, and I only have 5 minutes left, so maybe I will do some research on that before the next show. But they have churches, so they don't ban Christian churches, so I don't see how it would be possible that they can't proselytize, because that's what churches are there for. A lot of people will not treat you the same when that relationship bleeds into your behavior. You should do a cross-examinations on that topic. The Africans that believe they are Jews. Well, they are Jews. In fact, there's another tribe in Western Africa that aren't just Jews. They don't just follow all the Jewish laws, and they even know when and where they came from. I think that was the Babylonian diaspora. But they believe they have the Ark of the Covenant, which I've seen what they thought was the Ark of the Covenant, and it's not. But Marsupial says, sorry, just asking if you thought Israel should be allowed to outlaw evangelizing. I wasn't suggesting that they should, just wanted your perspective. I think you answered that, though. Thanks, you're welcome. Yeah, I don't think they should. I believe in freedom of speech, unless, again, you're inciting the overthrow of the duly elected government. Ethiopian Beta Israel, small percentage of population in modern Israel. Well, yeah, I think most of the Jews went north. Jew is a country? No. Israel was two countries. It was Israel and Judea, right? And so I don't know when it happened, but they named all of the Israelites Jews after Judea. But then when they were merged, the country itself was called Israel. So it's a little confusing, but yeah. Is the Pope Catholic? I know I am Catholic. I know the Pope is a Jesuit. Catholic, not sure about. Check out the traditional Chinese word for Japan. Alright, I got 2 minutes left. Ribbon? Am I wrong here? That's what I'm seeing. Maybe you know something else. I don't know why you would ask me to do that. Don't talk about the kitty. Somebody going to Hawaii? No. I've got a bunch of Hawaiian shirts. I'll probably start wearing them regularly. Yes, they'll likely arrest you if you preach Isaiah 53. That's not Christianity. That's in the Tanakh. Ooh. All right. I'm gonna scroll down to the bottom since it is 59 minutes in. Most of today's Jews are Ashkenazi Jews. I don't know what the numbers break down to, yeah, but Ashkenazi and Sephardic is the majority. Oh, what's up, Jerkmonger? Hey, jump on a private with me in a minute, Elliot, after the show wraps. All right. Well, I guess that's it. Yeah, Jerkmonger is just in time for me to wrap this puppy up. So, thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I can't believe we got up to 56 people watching now with 0 notifications, but I'm happy you were all here. I love you all. I'm glad you are regular members of this fellowship. And again, guys, it is your job. It is your job. I am sending you out into the wide, wide world. If you know anybody who would benefit from or simply enjoy this fellowship, please let them know. Please send them a link. Send them, a link. I don't know what else you can send them. Send them a picture of me. I don't know. Give them a little pitch on why you think they'd like it, and let them know. Let's try to double it. If just every one of you could find one other person, it would be 100 people watching now. And then we'll do that again. But thank you. You demand worship music. All right, let's see what I got here. I'll bump us out with some Italian tarantella. All right, that's not worship music. How about this? God bless everybody.